Hi, my name is Hsien, and my supervisor is TS Hasli bin Roslan. The title for my FYP is E-Learning Mobile Software for Arduino and its Application, or we call it an ELA. This is the table of content of my presentation slides. And we start with the background of study. What is e-learning? E-learning is the study or learning process through the application of electronic gadgets, or so we call it as electronic learning. Educational mobile application is the mobile application that used for educational purpose. It includes the study of knowledge, no matter in what area. And what is Arduino? Arduino is the electronic platform that used to control the operation of electronic project. And what is ELA? Our ELA tends to teach the user and act as the e-learning educational mobile application that teach the user about the knowledge of Arduino. Next, this is the PSN1 Gantt chart. As we seen, our Gantt chart is start with week 1 and end with week 14, which is not include the mid-sem break. Next, here is our PSN1 flowchart. The flowchart starts with the selection of supervisor, discussion of proposal title, and then go to the ESPSM or SMAC online registration to write the complete proposal. Then it start with the literature review, proceed to the methodology and preparing PSN1 report. After it, the correction and completion of PSN1 report, and then proceed to the submission to supervisor and slide presentation. After that, the slide is submitted to panel and supervisor. Then completion of the video presentation, and then the Q&A session, which at 30th of June. Our problem statement. We can see that no educational apps that teaches Arduino found in Google Play Store. Because the educational apps we found is some may teaching language about English, Korean or Japanese, and the Arduino learners confused by the knowledge that is unsorted and soft details. Although the Arduino's learner can find the knowledge from the internet, but the knowledge found or the information found is unsorted, so I can see that also difficult for user to find the examples of application of Arduino on electronic projects, such as the electronic projects that in beginners level, and some of the electronic project, the example found in internet is lack of details, and examples of internet left no place for comment. So the Arduino learners that not so understand about the example of application found, they cannot ask the question. So in case to solve these problems, the objective of this project is to develop an educational or e-learning mobile software in Android APK, which the aim is to display the information and application of Arduino. Second, complete the apps with the information related to the function of Arduino, different types of Arduino, application of Arduino, and how to use Arduino in an easy way. Third, present the application of Arduino at beginners level, provide examples of its use and some easy to use application. These examples or the objective follows by scopes such as the application is developed by Android Studio and can open with smartphone download from Google Play Store. And then this Arduino will be introduced with history, different types of Arduino board and function. The information will be sorted according to the types of Arduino that are commonly used. The third is the application given as example are include pictures of example, coding and information which can understand by the beginner. Comment feature are available for user to add comments. The expected result for this study or the project is to develop an educational or e-learning mobile application, namely ELA, that can develop as APK format, able to open with Android smartphone, and downloadable from Google Play Store. The app feature are the information on what Arduino is, history function, introduces on different types of Arduino. Comment feature allow the user to leave their comments, and then these apps will publish to the Google Play Store. The rating and reviews will be collected in PSN2. Next, for the literature review, there is 6 previous projects have been discussed in details. And then 4 software they use in project being discussed, which are Android Studio, GIMP or GNU Image Manipulations Program, Firebase, and Google Play Store. 3 similar mobile applications found in Google Play Store has been discussed, which are BBC Learning English, Programming Hub Learn to Code, and Udemy. The previous project has listed the details in the presentation slide. As we see, the first, they have produced a apps called Pembuatan Gerak Kemeja. The second, Genki Vocab. The third, Learn Hangul. Fourth, Physics 101 Calculus 1. Fifth, Mari Belajar Sempurnakan Solat. Sixth, Lamlalin Lampu Lalu Lintas. The advantages, disadvantages, software use, technology, and the comments are compared for these 6 previous projects from the table here for the 1, 2, 3 and the 4, 5, 6. And then the discussion on the comparison is we can find that the Android Studio IDE had been used in the previous project 1, 3, 4, 6. Java programming language has been used in previous project 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And component refer to previous project that I refer is the software used to develop mobile application, the image editing software, and the design of GUI, which they are graphic user interface. So for the software use, from the software that available from the previous project, I chose to use the mobile app development software, Android Studio IDE, and the programming language used is Java XML. Image editing is GIMP, database platform or software is Firebase, and Android application market is Google Play Store. For the Android Studio IDE, I use for the mobile app development, test app with emulator or virtual devices, build app to APK format, and for the programming language, the Java is used to code the navigation function between menu, operation of command feature. XML responsible for the design of GUI. For the GIMP is for editing the background image, because we cannot just take the image from other website. And the Firebase is used as the database to store command of command feature. And the Google Play Store used to publish ELA to Android users. Next, the methodology. I have listed as below: project flowchart, block diagram, system flowchart, UI design, simulation result, and discussion. So for the project flowchart, we can see we start with the title investigation and selection, research on previous literature, design of the GUI. If the GUI okay, proceed to the coding. If the coding okay, we start with testing and production. After that, the simulation 1, 2, 3, we will test on different functionality and improvement will be done after we collect the data and feedbacks. And then the analysis, discussion, and conclusion will be done. Next is the block diagram. Here, as you can see, the block diagram shown the connection between main menu and the first submenu, introduction of Arduino, and the second submenu, comparison of different types of Arduino, and the third submenu, application of Arduino. You can see in the details in the middle, it connects through the button, which are the 1, 2, 3 button. And if you see in details, the comparison of different types of Arduino will be connected to Arduino Mega, Arduino Uno, and Arduino Nano, which each of them will be list the information for the different types of Arduino. And the application of Arduino will be navigate to examples of Arduino Mega, examples of Arduino Uno, and examples of Arduino Nano, which each of them has the example and the command feature. Next, the simple system flowchart. You can see that from main menu, If you choose one, we will proceed to introduction of Arduino. But here we don't have the submenu again, so it's after you finish the content for this submenu, you will proceed back to main menu. If you choose second in main menu, you proceed to comparison of different types of Arduino board, which if you choose one, you will proceed to the information of Arduino Mega. If you 2, Arduino Uno. If 3, Arduino Nano. If you then, after you finish the content, you will back to the comparison of different types of Arduino, then you back again to the main menu. If you choose 3 in the main menu, you will proceed to application of Arduino, which in this UI you choose 1, you will proceed to application of Arduino Mega. Inside the Arduino Mega, you will see the content and the navigation function for the command feature. So same as the 2 and 3. Here you can see the first picture is the flowchart for the main menu, and the second is the submenu 1 introduction of Arduino. The third one is the comparison of different types of Arduino board, and the fourth one is application of Arduino. Next, the UI design. This is the UI design for main menu, and this is the UI design for submenu 1 introduction of Arduino. It contains the information about what is Arduino, its history of Arduino, different types of Arduino board with suggested link to buy in online, and the information about Arduino IDE. Next, the UI design of submenu 2, comparison of different types of Arduino. Then this is the content of, if you choose Arduino Uno, it has the information about digital pins, analog pins, power pins, and the specifications of microcontroller. And the third one is the application of Arduino submenu 3. If you choose Arduino Uno, again, examples, then you will list out the list of hardware and software needed coding for Arduino IDE, schematic diagram, wiring connection, video demonstration, and command feature. Next is the simulation result. You will have the simulation result on simulate in emulator or virtual device on Android Studio, or we can just build in APK file that open with Android OS smartphone. I had test with 2 function, and then the 3 simulation had run for test the functionality is for the justification of content text, URL links applicable, and command feature added. We have the improvement for these 3 components, which the first one is just a simple line code. The second is also, but for the command feature, if you want to add the command feature, we add through the Java coding for navigation function from submenu 3 to command feature. Is added in the Java coding for submenu 3. And for the simulation result improvement, as you can see, the link is become clickable where the color is become cyan. And for the second is also this one, the command feature is added a new UI and a button for it. And for the discussion of methodology, we can see that software that have been used is Android Studio, JMP, Firebase, Google Play Store. Based on the result, objective and scope had achieved partially, but with only some defects in command feature. Improvement needed for PSN2 is fixing the implementation of database Firebase on command feature, such that because the current my command feature cannot link to the database of Firebase, I can just show it for one command, and the complete and modify the content or information presented in ELA. Some information will be updated and added in PSN2. So for the PSN2 expected result, it will be improvement made on current progress, complete development of ELA, publish to Google Play Store, and collect the rating and reviews from Google Play Store. And the conclusion is that this project has fulfilled most of the objective and scope that has been targeted. We had developed in APK format, open with smartphone, and the mobile app presented knowledge of Arduino, such as information history, and the application of Arduino on electronic projects presented in beginner's level has been presented also. And the improvement need to do in PSM2 is the defect found was there were bugs on command features, and ELA cannot connect to Firebase, as I stated previously, and the database used to store the command feature is not functioning. as we can just only display the comment for the first function, the first comment. So this is the references which my references is included, such as 30 references as the text below here. And this is the appendix for my PSN1. I only have one appendix, which is the Gantt chart for PSN1. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.